All right, I have here with me Todd Stenson. He is the founder of the Blue Ridge Medical Cannabis Research Corporation. He's also a supporter and donor to the Blue Ridge Liberty Project. Now, the reason we have him here today is that yesterday his house was raided with a SWAT team, and they arrested him for 5 different charges, which include the manufacture of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, aka marijuana, also felony possession of marijuana, possession with intent to sell and distribute marijuana, because he was maintaining a vehicle dwelling place for a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. So, Todd, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Todd Stimson. I'm the founder of Blue Ridge Medical Cannabis Research Corporation and Green Ribbon Vapor Lounge, LLC.
Now, Todd, what are some of the non-recreational services that your corporation provides, other than just things that are just purely for THC or fun? You also provide some actual medical usage of your products, right?
Yes, sir. There's a patient out of Hickory, North Carolina. His name is Ziggy, which he is with Cannabis, which is another organization, and he has cancer, and he takes the raw material, the leaves, and uses them for salads or nutrient drinks, and it all helped him with his pains and reliefs from cancer treatment.
Right, and that's just one of the many examples. I've heard you talking about the Libertarian conference that we met, talking about having the cannabis leaves or trim, whatever, for the people to put in their salads.
Yes, and that's what they use for. And see, when it's at the raw form, it's pretty much considered a vegetable. It's not actually considered a psychoactive material.
Mm.
So really, it shouldn't even be illegal then when it's just the raw material, just the leaf itself.
Right, absolutely. So give us a little more information about all the certifications you've received from the state, which include your privileges, your tax stamps, and the other taxes you pay.
The thing where I started completely was the Articles of Incorporation, which you have to do through the North Carolina Department of the Secretary of State. And what it is it tells you what my purpose is for the corporation, and I can read it real quick for you. It's Blue Ridge Medical Cannabis Research Corporation is a nonprofit corporation whose mission is to provide high-quality research for the state's and news-intense people who care for the research and advances of medicinal cannabis in the care of all citizens. Blue Ridge Medical Cannabis Research Corporation will provide reports and analysis based on research by professional researchers, most of whom have decades of experience in cannabis research. From our research, we encourage broad-ranging and civil discussion from many points of view. Our goal is to create a sustainable research business model for this kind of research, supported by corporate sponsors, advertisers, and members who make annual donations. High-quality cannabis research is a community asset that sustains democracy and quality of life, and we need people who believe in the research to support our work.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is the Department of the Secretary of State, so the state branch, knew what you were doing. You explicitly put your intention on here in writing, and they seen it and sign off on it. And the Department of Revenue of North Carolina also took revenue from your plants,
yes,
knowing what it was coming from. The tax stamps actually say marijuana on them.
Yes.
And those are right here, correct?
Yes, sir. And one tax stamp is for the bud or the flower they consider, and it's $3.50 per gram.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others for the stalk stem, which is for 40 cents per gram. And where over the very first year that I opened up, I just did the tax stamps, where the second year it was the sales tax. The first year it was approximately $12,000 in taxes to the Department of Revenue, and over $8,000 came back to the local police department.
Right, and the very same police department which is
The ones
arrested you
that
yesterday.
arrested us. Yep.
That's pretty bad. Also, you pay sales tax on top of this, correct?
Yes, the sales tax we started up, let's see, I can tell you. I believe it was in 2012. and we've been doing it at least 19 different payments we've made to them. It's through eForm 500, I believe it is.
Right. So you pay about between $500 to $600 in sales tax a month. So
Yes.
that's over $7,000 in sales tax, which goes directly to Henderson County, correct?
Yes, there's four. It splits up. There's 4.75% that goes to the general state fund,
Okay.
and then 2% goes to Henderson County.
Okay. Wonderful.
But with the tax stamps, it's totally different. It's 25% goes to the general state fund, 75% goes back to the local police department. So I was donating to the police department.
And last but not least, could you describe the privilege license you received, what it is?
Okay, the privilege license that I'm applied for is the way to explain it is it's for art of healing, where because I'm getting a fee or reward for my healing process, I have to have a privilege license, which it was an easy form to fill out, and I've had 3 different privilege licenses now. This is my 3rd one that'll be good till June of 2014, where I was just issued it on July 1st of this year.
Right. So basically, to sum it up, you're paying tax stamps, which are state revenue for taxes. You're paying the sales taxes for county and state. You're even paying federal income taxes. You've incorporated yourself. You have a privilege license.
Yeah.
So the state is very aware with multiple branches of it that what you're doing, and they're receiving revenue for what you're doing. They've approved what you do, and now they're still aggressing against you and your family yesterday. And I'd like to kind of segue into that portion, which is, can you tell us in as much detail as possible how the raid went down yesterday?
How the raid occurred, I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom, which is the back side of the house. As my daughter came to the bathroom I can't even remember what she was going to say to me. She saw a car pull in. Well, I looked out the bathroom window and saw that it was police officers. I knew right away. They had their lights on and everything, so I went straight out the door, straight out the back door to them. And as I got halfway up the walkway, I hear the SWAT team come in the front door with my children. Guns drawn on them, screaming. And I couldn't do nothing. Then they just pretty much sat me down. I told them I've been straightforward with them. There was no reason for them to come in the way they did. All it would have took was a phone call, and they could have came over here. I told them my website explains everything. My website is pretty much a record of everything that I've done. And still, the SWAT team was going all over the yard. I hear my back doors in the garage getting busted in. Then they also intruded in onto my tenants that I have here on my property, which in turn caused a tenant of mine to get arrested too. So it's affected many of people already, just for no reason at all, when I've been helping in many ways to educate people in all sorts of things, as far as the law aspect to the treating yourself. And that's just how it is.
Right, so basically you're here providing a service to people, you're being very open about it, you're jumping through all the hoops they want you to jump through, and you're even funding some of their operations and their services, yet they turn around and after accepting the funding happily from you for your operations, they sit here and shut you down and put aggression. It's not very consistent, it's not just, not even within its own measures does it pass, let alone true free market or non-aggressive.
That was very aggressive, very aggressive.
Wow.
The treatment that they give you is in comparison to a terrorist, pretty much is what it is. I mean, everybody was in army fatigues, army outfits, everything, and what they told the kids, it was SWAT training. And so they used used my house as a training ground. Then they don't even take all the evidence. They pick and choose. As you can see, I still have the paperwork that I showed them, told them where it was. They didn't want to take the paperwork. They didn't take the jury nullification. They didn't take Treating Yourself magazines, any of my shirts. All they did was take paraphernalia, jars, my gift bags, and whatever else.
So basically, only the stuff that would kind of make you look like you're stereotypical,
Drug dealer.
A drug dealer, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the last time they got me in 2004, they came with News 13 and showed and made me look like this bad drug dealer back then. Where this time it was even more action than what it was the last time. It was only 2 or 3 police officers the last time. Where this time they came with the SWAT team and everything. You think they would want the news to see something like that,
right?
But.
And I guess the last thing I want to ask you about is, you said you've talked to an attorney.
Yes.
And there might be some potential to set some sort of precedent. Would you like to expound upon that, Simon?
The precedent is that, I don't know, really.
Basically, if they can show that by going through the steps and improving it, that if they can show that you're not guilty of anything, that might provide a legal avenue for others in the future to sell marijuana.
Yes, I mean that's what I was doing, was pretty much trying to show people what to do, what to get if they wanted to do this, and pretty much where you can do it by the book. And as much as I hate to say it, it is helping the state and stuff tax wise, where certain people don't agree with taxes and stuff, which I totally understand. But it's like, in a way, I'm paying for my right to take my own medicine and to protect myself.
Right, you're not paying them because you really believe that the taxes are fair, that you should have to pay them for, or that you should have to, pay their protection racketeering fees. You're paying them because, like I said, you're under duress. And even when you go through all their hoops and follow all their rules, they can still just capriciously come in here and shut you down.
So pretty much, a way I almost look at it is, I paid $8,000 to pay them to come raid my house. Pretty much, that's what I did.
Okay, Todd, well, thank you so much again for sharing your story with us. We hope that we can provide some tangible help to you in the future. We're certainly going to do all we can, or organize and coordinate with all sorts of different organizations who might want to help you. And we'd really like to take this opportunity to kind of, unfortunately, use your hardship as a means to enlighten others about what's going on, the aggression that's going on, and how peaceful people like you should be left alone to conduct business as they see fit, so long as their customers are liking it too. This is the kind of voluntary transactions we want to support. So thanks again. We are really sorry for this happening, and it's really a tragedy, but we're definitely going to do what we can to rectify the situation. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.